Once again, Donald Trump had a massive victory, this time in the Michigan primary. What is up, people of the internet? It is me, Real American, back again with a new video today. It is time to do a post-mortem of last night's Michigan presidential primary, because once again, everyone, Trump had a massive victory over Nikki Haley. Plus, we also saw that Biden actually has some major base problems that no one wants to admit because, let's face it, it is not a good look for Biden at all. Now, before we continue with today's video, I hope you enjoy these type of videos. If you do, smash the like button down below, subscribe, share with your friends, hit that little bell, follow the social media accounts in the description down below, and of course, join the channel today. Again, folks, all support is greatly appreciated, and yeah. Now, let's get right into it because, my goodness, I have heard nothing but coping on Twitter for the past 15 hours from Democrats and Nikki Haley fans. But let's start with the Democrats side and look at what happened. Uncommitted got 13% of the vote, which the whole argument some people are using is, well, in 2012, uncommitted got 10% in the Michigan primary, and that means nothing. Well, not necessarily. There's two caveats to that. One, Biden only got 81% of the vote. Obama almost got 90. So that's the first part that's just horseshit. Biden did not get 90%. He got 80. But number two, look at the amount of votes uncommitted got. 101,000 uncommitted votes. Just for comparison, Biden won the state of Michigan by just over 160,000 votes. So in the primary alone, which should be the most supportive of Biden, these are the voters that love Biden the most, he had 100,000 uncommitted Democrats. That doesn't even include the 43,000 votes for Williamson and Dean Phillips. That is over 145,000 votes just in the Democratic primary that voted against Biden. In a state that he won by 160,000? This was not a good night for Biden. Yes, he got 81% of the vote, but that's 10 percentage points less than Obama. And the raw votes of his opposition was almost the same as what he won the state by. This is not a good sign for Biden. It's not. These people coping about, oh, he still got 81% of the vote, that's a good thing. Yeah, but no one thought 100,000 people would vote uncommitted. These people on Twitter are saying, oh, we knew all along that it was going to be 100,000. Bullshit. Most of them said 20,000 at most. That's what they said. And now they're claiming, no, we knew this was going to happen. There's no proof that Biden has problems. It's clear. He has a problem with minority voters and young voters. Just look at Wayne County and look at Ann Arbor. Look at that. 17% uncommitted in Washtenaw County, aka Ann Arbor. Wayne County, 17% uncommitted. These are not good results for Biden at all. These voters are what won Biden the state in 2020, and they're voting uncommitted. And those are the ones that voted. You're not talking about the ones that didn't show up. They just hate Biden so much that they don't even care. This was not a good night for Biden at all. Do not let Democrats fool you. This was pathetic. Now, on the Republican side, Trump won 68% of the vote, while Nikki Haley won 26%. I mean, he won by 42 points. Yeah, so much for this being a competitive primary. And not just he won by 42. He won every single county. Even places like Grand Rapids, he won by 25 points. Yeah, he won this area by 25. He won Ann Arbor by 6 points. It's close, but he still won it. Hell, look at Oakland. He won over by 29 points. He got 90,000 votes. Just for comparison, Biden got 97,000 votes. That's with 82% of the vote. This is a Democrat county. And Trump, despite getting 62% here, almost got more votes than Biden in a Democrat county. You think this was a good night for Nikki Haley? You really think that's a good result? The Haley campaign is coping. Now they're saying, well, Trump underperformed the polling. Okay, let's look at it. All right, the polling was overstating Trump by like 5 to 6 points. All right, he still won by 42. It's like the polling that's from like Wyoming. Trump's up by 40. He wins by 55. Whoop-de-frickin-do. Plus, polling in the primary is far more harder than in the general, because in the primary, you don't know exactly who's going to vote, while during the general, you kind of have a good assumption who's going to vote. You just do. Plus, I don't think anyone expected 1.1 million people to vote on the Republican side, which is 400,000 more votes than the Democrat side. Hell, when all the votes are counted on the Republican side, there's some votes outstanding in Republican parts of the state. Trump is more than likely going to end up with more votes than the Democrat side combined. How is this a bad night for Trump? He's going to have more raw votes than all the Democrats combined. He's going to have almost 70% of the vote, won the primary by over 42 points. And he won every county. There's no positives for Haley anywhere. But now the new cope outside of the polling is, well, Trump only got 68% of the vote. That's not a good sign for the presumptive nominee. I hate this argument so much. Listen. Yes, Trump is more than likely going to be the nominee. It's a 99.9% chance. But two problems with that theory. One, Haley is still in the race, and even with the Democrats having a more contested primary, this race, she still got a bunch of Democrats to vote for her. Would you really be shocked if 50,000 Biden voters voted for Haley? Would you? Plus, on top of this, let's just look back at 2016, all right? So, after Indiana, Trump was the only major candidate left in the race, all right? So you would assume he would get 80% of the vote. No. He got 61% in Nebraska. Then he got 77 in West Virginia. But then Oregon got 64, 75, 75, 74, 80, 71, 67. Yeah. This was when he was completely uncontested. He was the nominee. No one was running at that point. Despite that, he wasn't getting 90% of the vote. I understand that people say, well, Trump's technically the incumbent, which he's not. But just look back at 2016. When Trump was the only one running, he still wasn't getting 90% of the vote. Haley is still running. Plus, look at 2020 for the Democrat side. Same thing. Wisconsin, Biden got 63%. But then Bernie dropped out. Despite that, 55%, 71, 73, 75, 77, 66, 60.5, 76. That's when he was the presumptive nominee. Hell, by the time Wisconsin happened, everyone kind of knew that, yeah, Biden was going to be the nominee. This theory that, well, you need to get 80% since you're the presumptive nominee, that's horseshit. Absolute BS. When Biden and hell, even Trump back in 2016, when they were the presumptive nominees, they weren't even cracking in most races what Trump did in Michigan. So what's this theory that secretly Trump is doomed because not all the Republicans are voting for him? Guess what? The actual Republicans voting for Haley, there's like half of them, let's just say, they're going to vote for Trump. At least 90% of them. The only proof you need is back to 2016. Trump was getting, 60, 70% when he was going to be the nominee. 75% in California. Despite this and having far worse favorability ratings than now on the Republican side, he still won. He still got a lot of these voters to vote for him. They're just bitter at the fact that, oh, damn, Trump is the nominee. I'm going to support Haley as a last-ditch effort. And she is still running a campaign, even though she's done. She is technically running. Now, as for what's going to happen from here on out, I think it just gets worse. I mean, you lost by 42. I mean, that's an embarrassment. I don't care what type of shenanigans you try to pull saying, oh, well, Trump underperformed, bro, all that crap. You lost by 42. No one's going to buy that. What's going to happen on Super Tuesday when you have, how many states, like 10? Are you going to campaign at every single one of them? You think you're going to pull the same strat that you did in South Carolina? You tried in Michigan, but didn't have enough time. What's going to happen at Super Tuesday? It's going to be worse because guess what? There's plenty of those primaries that are closed. That means only Republicans can vote. And we know damn well that Democrats are voting for Haley. But either way, Trump had a really good night across the board. Whether it was the percent of the vote, 68% of the vote, that's quite a bit. Or if it was him winning every county, including places like Ann Arbor. I mean, the fact that he won here by 6, when everyone, including myself, thought Haley was going to win here. It was her best county, but she still lost by over 6. She got killed in Grand Rapids by 25. And the rest of the state, just look at this. Trump plus 62. Trump plus 60. It was a total bloodbath. Plus, on top of all of that, the Republicans outvoted Democrats by almost 350,000 votes, with some votes outstanding, mind you. While Trump himself almost has more votes than the Democrat side combined. He probably will have more when the rest of the votes come in, if this is real. If there are some votes outstanding, that's what New York Times is saying, that there's some votes that still have to be counted in some rural parts of the state. Anyways, folks, thank you so much for watching. If you guys did enjoy this video, smash the like button down below, subscribe, share with your friends, hit that little bell, follow the social media accounts in the description down below, and of course, join the channel today. Thank you so much. Godspeed to all of you.